Oh hey, what's going on? Let's see. We're out in the driveway here, working on bacon. I had to do I'm a little out of breath. I just got done unseizing the engine for like the 15th time. Any amount of water gets down there, it's just gonna create a rust ring on the pistons, and then you're not gonna be able to move shit. Here, let's just take a look. Engine now, if you look down at the crank, it's still fighting me a little bit, but it moved. You could tell that it's moving. And also because I poured 2 quarts of oil down each side of the runners, and for a couple weeks I've been filling up the cylinders with transmission fluid and oil and a little bit of Lucas. So I was talking about that in the last video. Found out my power steering pump's not, or power steering box here, the knuckle isn't seized, so we're good on that. And if you can also tell, if you look underneath it, there is a huge puddle of all that oil I just poured in there. Maybe I should have used a little less, but also there's a bunch of transmission fluid and stuff. Don't worry, the kitty dry will get some kitty litter on that. But that's a big important part. Transmission is bolted to the flywheel. The torque converter is, at least. Transmission's bolted to the engine. We went over that last time I was here. We had to get the engine unstuck again. Hopefully it stays unstuck. You can even see there's still some oil in there. The thing is that I taped it off. Maybe like a year and a half, 2 years ago. Because I knew it'd be sitting outside. And I had a tarp on it, but it blew away. And if you remember, for the longest time, I didn't have the hood on. It was laying up against the garage. And the tape that was on top, I should have 50 plied that, because water got down in there. You saw in that last video with the spark plugs that 5 over here, or 6 over here, had a bunch of water in it. And same thing with opposing cylinder on this side, number 5. 8 was a little rusty too. I still have those. They've just been sitting here ever since. Yeah, you can see rusty. 4, 6, and 8, and 5 didn't look too bad actually. 5 actually doesn't look bad at all, but there was water in there, so. When I cranked it over for the first time, got it unfroze the first time, because it's been sitting. When I was putting this engine in, I decided I had to take the oil pan off at one time, and I didn't have any junk oil to fill the pan back up when I put it on, just in case. But what we're gonna, now that I have that unstuck, we're gonna make sure that stays unstuck every day, even if it's raining. You can tell I chose a great day to come out here because it's sunny. I would have did this yesterday, but I was helping my brother move some stuff from his house to the new apartment that he's moving into. We'll leave that tape on there for right now, because initial startup is going to be like a 2-minute run without the water pump even attached. I'm not even going to bother with any of this. When I first started up, I'm just going to start it. But for right now, we're going to get that tape off there on the back. We're going to clean up these surfaces. And I'll be back in a few minutes. Yeah, we'll get the tape off that one. Yeah, because I did this all right. I taped it, but I didn't tape it enough. So it's just been sitting here with a hole in the top of the tape with shingles on top of it. And that's a great idea, because that's basically just inviting gravel from the top, from the shingle or asphalt or whatever, to fall down into the intake there, and we don't want that. So luckily I didn't vacuum it before pouring that oil down the intake. A couple of the valves were already open, the ones that were where the gas or where the water was in. it just started flowing right out. I just worked it back and forth, worked it back and forth, you know, just worked it back and forth, and it spins again. It spins fairly easy. I mean, considering that I dumped 2 quarts of oil straight onto the piston, plus all that transmission fluid that's just been sitting there. So, yeah, that's everywhere. So we're not laying under the car today. We'll let that just soak right up into the concrete. We'll get some kitty dry in a power washer. When this car gets moved, this is going to be an EPA hazard. Because there's just so much gunk on the ground from me cleaning it. Fucking mint. Yeah, so I'm gonna go do that real quick. We'll clean these up and we'll come back in a little bit. I actually have to make a a drill-driven oil pump from the old distributor. Where's those at? Okay, here. Where's some old parts? Let's see. That's Oldsmobile. That's Oldsmobile, but it's literally the same pump. Here we go. Here's the old HEI. That's the old HEI, but that's not from the 350. That's from the Oldsmobile. The new distributor I got is HEI, and you know, it's around here somewhere. You know, you leave things sitting around for the longest time, and then you can't find shit. That's the old TBI intake. Let me know if you want that. Let's see. There's also the there's the throttle body too. There you go. Somebody wants that, they can have fun with that. Let's see. There's the old alternator. I wonder if I get a core for that at AutoZone or something. Oh, there it is. It's in the box. It's buried underneath all the shit. I fixed that. I should have taken a video of that. This was actually kind of fun. My grandpa showed me this trick when I was younger, so you don't have to go out and buy new distributors. I'm thinking distributors. So you don't have to go out and buy new starters. I took this all apart, took the shield off and everything. I took this brown cap off, which requires you to take all of these little guys off and stuff. And I slid it off, and there's these little copper terminals in here, and they were all corroded as hell. So I cleaned them up. I flipped them. The one of them you can flip over. The other one's wired directly into the solenoid. And yeah, she spins nice and free now. So cool. Save money on starter. Yeah, this guy right here. Because obviously I would do it with the Oldsmobile one. But as you can tell, with the Oldsmobile one, that is a lot beefier of a unit. The Chevy one is actually a lot skinnier if you look at it. And the Oldsmobile, and longer. Skinnier and longer ain't always better. You know, longer ain't always better. Alright, yeah, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna do the old chop this sucker off so I could put a drill bit on it, or put it on the end of my drill. And then we have an oil pumps, a cycler, you know. So that's cool. Reuse old parts. Because, like I said, the new distributor that's going in it is HEI, just like the old one. So I didn't have to redo all the wiring on it. So we'll be back in a minute. And, yeah. Okay, we're back after a few minutes. I'm about to show you a little tip here with carb spacers. But here, since I was gone for that little bit, clean. Like I said, that later. All right, and okay, I know it's a little dark in here. I thought, well, I got the carb clean, or the carb's not clean. I might have to rebuild that. I've got the intake surface clean, and I got this cheap little spacer, 1-inch spacer from AutoZone. And some people, and you know, sometimes you don't know how you're supposed to tighten down things that don't have a spot for a wrench. Easy hack right here. I took 2 of the nuts that came with it, threaded it on the top piece. This is the one that goes in the bottom. We'll just kind of insert that right in there. Try not to cross thread it because these things are aluminum, and this thing has a burr. Come on. Yeah, there's a little bit of a burr. Let's try this one. Or let's just set it down and get it started, because yeah, there's a burr on these because it's brand new still. Okay, 10 seconds later, and now I'm using my shaky left hand here. All you got to do is you got those two nuts on there. One locks in with the other one. Throw your sucker on there. These are 13 mils. And you just kind of wrench her on down. Give her a little bit of hold. That's what I did on that one. You go around on each side and just tighten it by hand. This is aluminum. You don't need to wrench these in. I mean, you don't want them to back out, so you want to give them a good twist. Good twist by hand. You don't want to over leverage these and strip out this because, like I said, it's aluminum. And this actually has been sitting here for a little while. I had to take a file around the edge. You can probably almost see light through there in one or two. Oh, there it is. I hope that's not a future vacuum leak. But yeah, you just tighten down and pop those suckers on, and then it's loosening the whole thing. Hold on. Yeah, you want to back just one of them off. There we go. And then you can put this, before you even take it all the way off, just slip this bottom one on again and kind of twist it. It's actually coming loose again. That one did it no problem. This one, I'm guessing, is giving me a problem. These two also have burrs. You can see that there's a burr, right? You can see it right there. And there's even a little one right there on the lip. So I'm going to fight those, but I mean, that's the easy way of getting the studs in without tearing everything up. So, all right, maybe I'll just take a little bit of pair of pliers. You know, don't put too much pressure on it, just enough to grab it, because you can see these are just on there just to lock each other in while you tighten that down. So, yeah, that's cool. And next thing. And number 500,293 on the list of things to do. We have our nuts and washers. We have the base plate screws. We have our gaskets cut out to the proper spec of our washer, the carb spacer is just essentially a giant washer for your carburetor. So let's get that thrown on there, and I'll be back in 2 seconds. And plop, and okay, it's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like that carburetor. All right, well, I don't want to strip out my threads on my spacer, so okay, let's do a little adjustment, come back in 2 seconds. Okay, well, it's not fitting on there because either the studs are either at a weird angle, or this thing shrunk, or whatever. But you know what? I found the right size drill bit. You know, just a little light machining. I'm sure it'll stay square. You know, this will probably be just fine. Just give it a little, you know, just kind of waller it out just a tiny bit, you know, not too much, because, you know, it has to be usable, you know, like, you know, when you know. All right, flip this son of a bitch over. All right, and this side. Oh, I guess I should say, I guess if you like your parts, don't do this at home. But like I said, I bought this used. Just kind of just give it a good old reaming. All right. Let's see how that works. I wonder what could be in here. Oh yeah, and that worked out after I drilled the shit out of it, even after I had to drill it twice. Oh well, fits now. All right, let's take a look. You guys seen this on the channel before because we did an unboxing video of this exact part for my car, which is the Distributor. Brand new HEI. Oh yeah. Let's get this bag off there. Yeah, it just rips right off. It's pretty much like a condom. You know, it just rips right off. Let's see. Yeah. That is a unit. It'll be the new unit on the car. Yeah. Oh, you didn't get a red cap one? You didn't get a blue cap one? You didn't get a clear cap one? You got a black cap one like stock? It's like, yeah, because it's not a fucking race car. It's a station wagon. Oh, well. And we're going to throw that in right now. Okay. Carbs in. Distributors almost all the way in. I know I'm on the compression stroke on cylinder 1. So all I got to do is line up make sure it's at top dead center, line up the oil pump with the drive on the bottom of the distributor, set that in there because there's literally like just the most little butt hair of a gap in between them at the moment. Yes, I did put a gasket in there, and yes, I did grease the new gear cog or whatever on the bottom of the distributor. Cool, so we'll come out here tomorrow and do that. I'm gonna go have some dinner. So yeah, and then we'll go and we'll do the next video. Hopefully tomorrow or sometime soon. Hopefully it doesn't fucking rain. And we'll do some more stuff. We'll get the starter and the headers on next. How about that? And like I said, we'll get a little help from like my mom or something, and I'll have her like put a screwdriver down the cylinder so she can feel when it comes up to the top. I don't know. Or I'll have somebody come help me do that. But all right, cool. We got some stuff done today. You guys got to see a video from me for the first time in a little bit. I actually did something. Something actually got done. And here's a victory cigarette. Tasty. Kids don't smoke. Actually, nobody smoke. I shouldn't be smoking either, but you know what? I'm at risk anyway. No, I'm not making fun of Corona. I'm just being a little light. Because I'm exhausted and I'm hungry. And I want to go outside. So until next time, I hope you enjoyed. I know I did. Like, subscribe, and share. And beware. Later.